So, namaste to one and all. And it's very heartening to see all of you at morning 5:32 in India. And today is the 200th day of practice. And all of us know to do something continuously for 200 days is not easy, not just today, even in ancient days also. So it is a yajna. We have renamed this entire initiative as yajna after we crossed 100 days, because yajna is something where more than one person is involved. The entire cosmos functioning is also an yajna. So unless each and every one of us can contribute what we can, not yajna is not possible. Like running a household is yajna. Minimum two people are involved, right? So that is the idea with which we did it. So that going ahead, individuals don't matter, the system and the processes we practice matter. That is the crux of our Indian culture is individuals like you and me will vanish over a period of time because none of us can live forever. But if there is a group which is practicing these processes for even after we are physically no longer available, that would be the real success of sustainable practice. Okay, practice which can be sustained over a period of time. So we wish that yajna gets into that kind of bracket in people's lives. Okay. Now, there are 9 micro practices embedded in this 27 plus 1, 28 minutes. Because 27 minutes uh, is, is a very important aspect of many of us here in everyday's life. We always start with a prayer because our culture says gratitude is the first step in life always we have to take. So when you pray, you invoke everyone's blessings who are all involved, starting from our mother and father. They are the first representation of the divine we have seen in flesh and blood. It doesn't matter what they are and how their relationship with us in today's life. But parents are very important. And then we invoke our family deity and the deity of the place where we live. Many times we don't know the deity's name. It doesn't matter. You don't know somebody's mother's name, you can call Amma only. You don't need to know the name to address a motherly person or anyone. I hope you got the essence of it. So whichever place you are in, whichever country you are in, every location, you have a pin code or a zip code that is how postman delivers. Like that, there is an area of jurisdiction which is governed by an energy of that place. If we know the name, it is fine. For Shrimat, it is Arjuna Bettahalli Marama. Like that, each of you would have. If you don't know, it's okay, but invoke her. Remember, it is her. And then you have your Ishta Devata, who you are personally connected, irrespective of where you are living. So, invoking the parents, then your Kula Devata, Grama Devata, and Ishta Devata. This is a non negotiable aspect. And then the Guru Mandala. Many of us may not be in touch with the Guru directly, like Nityanand Bhagavan, Shirdi Sai, Ramana, Sheshatri Swamigal, Yogiyar. It doesn't matter. In a very one word, you can invoke them. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Right from Adi Shankara to Vallabhacharya, Nimbakacharya, Ramanujacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everybody is connected with this name only. Then you have a network of teachers. Because Guru or Acharya cannot be present everywhere, we have our local teachers also. Every day they give us some practice, some insights. So you thank them. And then very important to thank Mother Earth. Because based on her stability only, we are conducting everything in life. And then the cosmos. Whatever you think, it is an open challenge that only will happen, provided you think clearly. So this is how cosmos conspires to make things happen. And who is doing all these things? You are doing it. So you also have to be thanked. Generally, what happens? is we forget that we are part of the system many times. We forget there is an effort required by an individual to be there. So we have to acknowledge our presence. If we don't acknowledge our presence, no one else will. So this is a very subtle point. This has been blown into a big thing called self-love, self-care. Those things are not, they're not even needed if you just acknowledge you are present. So this is how your personal prayer generally is. In a 1 minute, you can do what I spoke for 5 minutes. Okay, so this is how we do. And then prayers give us prana shakti because prayers give you energy. For example, if you think of someone whom you really love the most, or you think of the dress, think of anything which you like, there'll be a surge of energy in you. Now here in the prayer, you're invoking some higher order beings. So naturally that energy will flow into you. So prayers are a non-negotiable part of any initiative. Then Ganesha is there. Without Ganesha, nothing moves. So we invoke him and conclude the prayer. After that, we get into Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. Why we do Nadi Shodhana Pranayama? There are 72,000 nadis in the energy channels in the body. Nadis are not veins or nerves, they are subtler than them. So nadi is called subtle energy channel. And many of us assembled here are reasonably aware of three nadis. We may or may not know the name. So can each of you check which nostril is flowing? For me, the right nostril is flowing. At any point of time, one nostril will flow. Only in a meditative moment or in some special moments in the day, both the nostrils will flow. If your right is flowing, it is called Pingala. If your left nostril is flowing, it is called Ida. When both flow, it is called Sushumna. Out of 72,000, I just told names of 3. I also know only 10 nadis. So no need to try to know everything. It is not in Google also. So even if you try, you will not get 72,000 nadis. Okay. So Vajrini, Chitrini, like that, some nadis are there along the spine. What we are trying to do is, when you do Nadi Shodhana, it is purification of subtle energy channel. It is like everyday housekeeping, everyday brushing the teeth you do. You don't need to know how many millions of germs are there in your mouth. You don't need to know how many millions are there in your floor in the home. All you do is every day you sweep and clean. And you know that it is clean. That is what Nadi Shodhana Pranayama does. Every day we have a lot of emotions. And all these emotions means without thought, there is no emotion. Everything at the end of the day is thought. Particularly, these emotions are powerful because they are energy in motion. Positive emotion, negative emotion doesn't matter, emotions. And whatever stresses we undergo in life, like they are accumulated in these nadis every day. So what happens is, when you do Nadi Shodhana Pranayama, it is like your everyday housekeeping. You flush out all that which is you are generating. So traditionally, there used to be the prescription of 3 times we practice Nadi Shodhana Pranayama throughout the day in six sunrise, noon and sunset. And every time they used to practice 10 rounds of Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. If we tell that today, though we may be interested in the polluted cities we live, this practice becomes counterproductive. Okay. So what we have to do, at least once we have to do in a day. Correct. I remember when I was young, the homes used to be swept 2 times a day before. After that, they will light the lamp at home. Today, sweeping once is not happening. Monthly once, they will call a deep cleaning guy. They will come and clean and go. These are all happening nowadays, correct? So we are also going away from the culture. When you know all that stuff, you don't need asana, you don't need anything. So we are coming away from physical practice. So all that we are supposed to do, we are not doing. And whatever we are doing, everything generates certain kind of thoughts and energies. They all get clogged in our nadi. Remember, good, bad doesn't matter. Thought matters. Every clogging happens. So when we do Nadi Shodhana Pranayama for 5 minutes, we are doing the daily housekeeping. Okay, like how a small tablet can keep your allergy away or a fever away or a feel anything cold away. The small dose of Nadi Shodhana every day will keep the nadis clean over a period of time. After that, we get into Brahmari Pranayama, because Brahmari Pranayama helps us to work away the work with the lung capacity. All of us need good lung capacity so that the way we react to situations, we can shift from reaction to response when you're able to hold, okay, whatever situations or people or things which are affecting you, you can hold your breath, or your capacity increases, your capacity to move from reaction to response will increase. That is the first ability Brahmari Pranayama gives us tangibly. Next is they have measured that this pranayama helps us to release gamma waves in the brain, which is needed for us to have work concentrated way, to focus on things and to declutter the mind. So Brahmari Pranayama, clinical study says 6.5 minutes of everyday practice gives a lot of results. They also have found if you do for 1 month continuously, then 2-3 days, even if you don't practice, the brain is able to manage with the declutter. So it's like pedaling a cycle and you leave it in the slope for a few days. Why I am telling you this? Sometimes you may not be able to practice, so don't flog yourself. One day it is okay, 2 days it is okay. Like one day, if you are completely hungry, also you will not die, right? So you understand how much as a person you need food and water. That day or that 2 days, if you leave the practice, nothing will happen, but come back to the practice. Don't spend time in why I couldn't do the practice. Don't give reasons of why I am not able to join the practice. The moment you give a reason, realize you are a failure. Point blank, I'm telling you. You should have a reason to practice, not a reason not to practice. Okay. So Brahmari Pranayama helps you to stay decluttered in the way I spoke with you. The pranayama will respond to you like this. It will not allow you to give reasons. Because the more you give reasons, the more thoughts are generated. Beta waves only will be there. So Brahmari Pranayama is very important. So we saw prayers, followed by Nadi Shodhana, and then Brahmari Pranayama. When you do Brahmari Pranayama, you reasonably calibrate and set your mind through your brain. Because of Brahmari, brain is also set. Now it is the platform set for us to develop the ability to be a witness. Correct? Even in a movie, when you are seated, only you can watch a movie better if somebody who you have gone with is not a nagging person, or you are not constantly getting notifications, or somebody is watching with you also is tuned to watch it. Or you should have been immune to all these things. You put the phone in silent, you tell that person whatever you want, you can ask, I'll answer you in the interval. You have to find your own mechanisms to stay focused. So Brahmari gives you that mechanism to stay in the present moment. What it does is, once you are stable in the process, you will be able to witness what is happening around you. You will pick up different sounds, or you will pick up some insights, and you'll become more aware and alert. So awareness, which is Antarmauna stage 1, we will be practicing as the 4th process. After that, all of us know the non-negotiable thing, which is true for us, which is happening in the moment, is breath. Okay. When we have cough or cold, we remember that breathing is a daily process which is happening. Otherwise, we don't even think whether we are breathing or not. Correct? So breath awareness is very important. It tells you how you will even manage emotions, how you can get in touch with your core. So breath awareness is an extraordinary process, which is the 5th process which we are practicing. After the breath awareness, you moved from external sounds to closer to you, which is the breath. Then closer to that is your spiritual heart, which is there with us. And Bhagavan tells in the Gita that he is present in each one of us and he is accessible through this location. So what we do, other than the prayer, the deeper way of prayer is the mantra. So through the mantra practice, we stay still connected to us. And by very definition, Mantra means mananat trayate iti mantraha. So we pick up the mantra and we practice it constantly, keeping the awareness at the heart and the mudra. Then the erect spine, the smile. So when you have 3-4 accompaniments, even once the mind goes out here and there, sometimes the mudra will open out and you will realize, oh, the mind went, or I felt sleepy, you come back. So to keep things, the mind only on the practice, from Srimad, as of now, either me or Guru Raj Rao, we are stepping in and giving the instructions. So to keep the mind on track, because each of us have so many things going on in life, sometimes the desire to practice itself is a great boon. So maintaining of time, we are handling in the back end. All you need to do is to hold on to your mantra practice, and we will keep periodically giving you instructions to keep your mind on the practice. So far, so good. And whoever is not having a mantra, we also help them to work with the mantra. After the mantra sadhana is done, what we need to do is we are again thanking all the people who are involved in the process, right from the presence to ourselves. Everybody is thanked. And finally, what we do is we do a prayer, which is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. That means Loka is the field of existence. I keep telling this. Locus, English word, Locus, has come from this Sanskrit word Loka. Locus, you all of us know. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. So we are praying that all beings in this plane of existence, which is earth for us, be happy. We have to consciously pray. And we are part of the whole, so naturally we will also be part of that prayer. And then comes the most important part, which is the opening of the eyes. You cannot open the eyes immediately because the brain will be affected also apart from your eyesight. Many neuroscientists are doing a lot of work on that. So Andrew Huberman also has spoken about all this. Someone brought to my notice, which we have been practicing for thousands of years. And people miss and don't give value to the simple process. What you open the eyes and see is called light. Before the light, you need heat. Heat and light are inseparable. So that is how you create that heat, by palming. And it's also a gentle massage to your internal organs. The internal organs are all mapped here also. So you vigorously rub the palms, not gentle. Where you have to be gentle, when you're applying that heat to your eyes, you have to be gentle. Rubbing has to be vigorous. Okay, so there is nothing called gentle rubbing of the palms. There's nothing called that. You have to vigorously rub the palms to generate that heat. And then you place it on the eyelids to transfer the warm sensation. So rubbing the palm itself is an exercise, is a micro practice. Placing it on the eyes, you are doing a first level eye practice. Then you hold the palms like a book before you and blink. Like how each of us are unique, the color palette of our palms are different if you have noticed. It is never the same with somebody sitting next to you. So your eyes are tuned to see only your palms first. Even in the days when electricity was not there and people were getting up before sunrise, this is one of the first practice they do with Karakre, that shloka, Karagre Vasute Lakshmi, that shloka they will do and look at the palms first. So that's a subtle practice. After that, or before opening or palming, you also stay quiet for at least 3 to 5 deep breaths. Okay. So once you do that, you are complete for the day. So what we have done, we have made it 27 plus 1 minute practice. So 5:30, we request all of you to log in. 5:31, we start. 5:58, we end the practice. 5:59, we use for again Thanksgiving, palming, opening the eyes. And when the clock is saying 6 o'clock IST, we log off. I don't think not a single day we have crossed 6 o'clock. We exactly finish. In fact, Guru Raj is more precise in conducting the session than me. Being an engineer, I think is more precise. So exactly, I might have gone to 6. He will finish 5:58 to 5:59. He will close the session. So 5:30 to 6, if you could keep your time. And why the need of this master class is first to thank all of you for making this yajna possible. And second, maybe you should think of the practices and people in your life who have come for whom you are not paying any money. The parents, partners, these children, friends, they are not bought by money. Think about it. So we have consciously kept this practice away from money. This will help you to earn money properly. But for attending this, the investment is time. I'm telling this again. Everything in life cannot be measured by money. I hope it makes sense. Okay. So I'm opening this to the next 2 minutes till 5:55. If any questions are there, please ask. There is a question of to know how to practice Brahmari. So one round I'm going to demonstrate. Before that, any observations till now? No observations, sir. It's good only.
I think I just want to say, Krishna, that point that you brought, that in between we are not able to attend the practice, right? So I'm one of them who missed out in between, and this non-reasoning was happening. But I think constant thought was there in my mind that I am missing out something that is like the most important part of my day, right? And then I was able to get back, and we don't realize how this helps us during the day. So I was at some event yesterday, and obviously during the process I was getting nervous because I had to address some group. But because I do this in the morning, I'm able to tell myself that I need to take some deep breaths, keep myself calm, so that the thoughts, then I'm able to process the thoughts and be present there, right? So if I don't do this regularly, then I'm not able to tell that myself in that situation,
Yeah,
that I need to be calm and I need to take deep breaths. You can't do that if you don't practice it regularly.
good. Okay. So Brahmari, the easiest way to do Brahmari is index. For me, index finger is easy. Any other finger is comfortable because the pressure you can give more in index finger and this thumb. There is a flap like a window to your ears. We close it tight, because when you hear sound using ears, now you are going to hear the sound which is generated inside. Like when you are carrying a bucket, the bucket leaks, you can't carry water or whatever you need. Similarly, you are creating sound for the benefit of the ENT system, the lungs, and the above. That benefit you should be getting it. So we are closing the ears, and gently we need to inhale. Not like a diesel vehicle making lot of sounds. That is another variety of Brahmari. No problem. But here we are practicing that way because Nadi Shodhana has been done before this practice. So naturally, there will be a decongestion which would have happened by the time you are starting Brahmari Pranayama. So you gently inhale, and when you are wanting to exhale, you contract here, this place, like windpipe, foot pipe, both are there. Whatever we studied in school, right? So when you contract the windpipe, naturally, if you have inhaled 100 units of breath, inhalation has happened. When you exhale the same 100 units, because you have contracted the windpipe, the duration will be more. This is basic thought process. So when you do Brahmari, the simple thing to remember is closing the ears, inhaling, and when you're wanting to exhale, you tighten this throat, glottis, epiglottis, if you want technical names. windpipe, no common man's name. Just contract this and make the humming sound. That is why it's called humming bee technique. You have to make this particular sound. It is not om. Om is for another purpose, a different way. This is humming sound. So when you make the humming sound, because you are contracting, your ability to exhale will naturally be more. So naturally you are exhaling more. That is the first way to understand. Second is, we spoke about the brain waves, beta. They are happening in the same volume as your regular talking volume. So the humming sound you consciously make a bit more than your regular talking voice. The third is, let us not make it stuttered. Like, it should not go like this. It should go seamlessly. Like that seamlessly it should go. So these three things, remember. Exhalation will be a bit more because you're contracting. Second is the duration will be more. The third is don't stutter, and the volume should be more than the regular talking volume. This is the basic thing. Again, we will share the video. You will know how to go ahead. Okay. So having logged in, I had requested time till 6:15 today. We'll do some micro practices and close. Just follow the instructions. That is enough. Okay. Other than this, I don't want to address any doubts. Just by clearing the doubt, we can't do the practice. Just practice this. Okay. Yeah. Great. So let's sit straight. If you're sitting on a chair, also you can try to sit cross-legged or plant your soles on the mat or carpet. Relax your shoulders. You can either place the palms open to the roof with back of the hands on the thighs, or adopt Chin Mudra, Jnana Mudra, or Yoni Mudra. Then with a smiling face, let us do our personal prayers. Now let us do Nadi Shodhana Pranayama for 2 to 3 minutes till further instructions. You can practice. Remember to first exhale through the left before you start the practice. Please conclude the practice by touching your right ear. And then we will do 3 rounds of Brahmari Pranayama. Remember, we do Nadi Shodhana for 5 minutes and Brahmari for 6.5, 7 minutes. Today is a sample session we are doing. So Brahmari, please do 3 rounds at your own pace. Once you finish 3 rounds, come to the normal position. Those of you who have finished, sit straight, relax your shoulders, adopt a mudra of your choice, and draw the elbows closer to the body so that the shoulders, the elbows, and the wrists are sufficiently relaxed. And with a gentle smile on your face, stay put and be aware of the sounds around you. Just be with the sounds. Now, with the steady posture, mudra, and the smile intact, observe how breathing happens. Again, as a witness, we are not going to try to breathe in and out deeply. The moment you are aware of the breath and the posture is correct, the breath will deepen on its own. So let's be a witness of the breathing process with a smiling face and steady posture. Keep the mouth closed. Breathing is happening in and out of your nostrils. Now gradually become aware of the center of the chest. The smile, the mudra, and the posture continue to be there. The shift is only in awareness. Now we are aware of the center of the chest. That's the location of our spiritual heart. Invoke the consciously the divine presence. And then start the mantra practice. The count and the duration of practice is maintained by us at the back end. Let's just enjoy the mantra practice as if you are seated in the presence of the divine at your own spiritual heart. Let's gradually withdraw from the practice by thanking the presence, the mantra devata. Let's thank our mother and father, the Guru Mandala, the network of teachers, deities to which we have the connect. Thank yourself. Thank Mother Earth. Thank the cosmos. As we thank the cosmos, let us do the prayer for cosmic well-being. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Let's stay there for a moment. Vigorously rub your palms, generate some heat. Place the palms on the eyelids. transfer the warm sensation. Hold your palms like a book. A few blinks, look into the palms, familiarize your eyes. Then you can feel free to look elsewhere. Thank you. So I thank Guru Raj Rao, because if he had not filled in the days when I was not able to be there, we could not have done 200 days consecutively. All these files are available in the Google Drive for regular practitioners. So you can use it as a playlist if you wish. Maybe 8 to 10 files are missing due to technical errors. That's it. So 180 plus meditation files are available. You can pick it up. And thanks to Chitra Narayan, because whichever initiative we have taken from Srimad, even before Srimad is a name, was born only in 2011. So whatever initiatives which have been taken, she has been supporting. And she is my brother Narayan's wife. And both of them have been very kind and supportive in all dimensions of the growth. And this entire initiative, in fact, happened over a walk with April Vijayalakshmi and then Vijayalakshmi. Both of them are here, and others who have been constantly practicing along with us in this journey. And we invite you, your friends, for this. I would say the best investment is investing on yourself, not on the real estate. You are the best real estate, and you are the most precious thing. So I invite you to think over it and recommend this to at least one person who you value, who value the invaluable. Okay, so that's it from our side. It is exact 45 minutes done. If any of you would like to share a few words, maximum 1 or 2 minutes, and then we can close for the day.
I'd just like to thank you, Appa, because it has brought in so much stability. It has gotten my sleep schedule in a better way. I see a lot of difference in the way I conduct myself. So, yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Great. I think others prefer to be silent. It's good. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been